touch the spirit of revival for 10 minutes. Then we'll start praying. You know, I told myself, contain yourself and share this. Let them get the point. You know, before now, I used to be a traveler, and that's all I did. So if I come, I just blow everywhere open. I blow everywhere open. But people were not having spiritual facts to trade with. It's possible to preach a 2 hours message and people are high, but there's nothing they're holding on to. I now discovered you can use 5 minutes to blow everywhere open, but give people something that they can anchor their faith upon. If you leave this meeting now, at least you know that revival is your birthright. If you leave this meeting now, you know that blessings is a reality in your life. If you leave this meeting now, you are conscious that the canopy of God's presence is upon you. If you leave this meeting now, you know you are supposed to take responsibility for judgment to be passed on the enemy. It says every tongue that rises up against you. It didn't say God will condemn. It said in judgment thou shalt condemn. You don't rise up, Satan will make a mess of you. But let's deal with revival. Very quickly, I want to give you the precursors of revival. The things that provokes revival. So that as the atmosphere begins to build up, you will know the ones that God has quickened in your spirit, and you begin to trade with them. The way spiritual things work is that all of the realities may not be activated in you, but the one God activates in you, hold it and master it. 2 people can become great in a generation. One is a teacher. He may never see any vision, but his job is that he can open scriptures. If he carries one verse of scripture and begin to open it, you will not know that scripture is that deep. And if he becomes a master in doing it, God can exalt him to the highest level. Another one will be a radical seer. The moment he stands, he starts seeing the spirit realm. The spirit realm and the natural realm literally are bridged together. And he can talk the natural into the spirit and talk the spirit into the natural. He will use that sight and become great. Another one will carry healing so much that anywhere he touches, miracles happen. Another one will have wisdom. He can explain principles that if you listen to him, in 2 weeks you can become a millionaire. The one who is a seer has no business envying the one who talks wisdom. The one who talks wisdom has no business envying the one who do miracles. All of them have just caught a dimension. If it's one you have, sit on it. If you are diligent, it will bring you the same result that the other person who seemed to have something different and even more spectacular commands. That's how this thing works. If you see in the 70s, in the days of the Billy Grahams and the Ora Roberts, you see that Billy Graham was an evangelist. He just preached the cross. In fact, stories we heard was that there was a time when a miracle took place in the crusade. The man didn't even have so much time to make any loud ovation about it. He just preached the cross and did altar calls. But that man was so impactful in the United States that they revered him as one of the greatest evangelists to have lived. Meanwhile, there was the Ora Roberts that if he finished preaching, he sits down. The power of God was in his palm. He will lay it on you, you must be healed. One had miracles, the other one had a fiery message for salvation, and all of them became mighty. The problem we have is that we don't develop what we have. We focus on what God gave somebody else, and we never have that one, and we end up not developing this one. So we end up as mediocres. Everybody can carry the spirit of revival. When that spirit comes, there are precursors in your spirit. When it begins to stir anyone, hold on to it and you'll be shocked. You may not be praying like the other brother. Prayer is not the only precursor for revival. There are other things that produces revival. Only make sure you know the one that is activated in your spirit, so that you keep the fire burning.
For us to reach more subscribers, do well to share, comment, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Set against Pharaoh all resistances.